Hello, good morning. So, first of all, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Nia Suspia, and my friends Septiani Sucita, Kartika, and Nia Amara Ambianto. So, okay, now let's jump to the multiple choice for junior high school about narrative text. So, the question number 1 to 5 about literal comprehension. So, the question number 1, the answer is B, and to test student ability to find explicit information about a character and construct validity. This question measures student ability to find explicit information in the text. And content validity, the question is in line with the A2 level narrative text material, which asks for details about the characters. Okay, so the question number 2, the answer is A. And question number 2, to test the ability to identify the main events stated clearly in the text. And construct validity, this question assesses students' literal understanding of the main events in the text. And content validity, the question is relevant to the content of the second paragraph about the disaster, the accurate. Okay, next, the question number 3, the answer is C. So the question number 3, to test student ability to locate the characters action directly mentioned. Construct validity, this question measures student ability to identify the characters action directly. And content validity, the material is in line with the learning objectives of reading to extract important information. Okay, next, the question number 5. The answer is A. So, this question, to test basic grammar knowledge, especially subject-verb agreement. Construct validity. The item accurately measure grammar ability, specifically choosing the correct form of to be for the plural subject to ledger, all option, target subject, verb agreement. And content validity, the grammar points that match curriculum goals on using words and where the multiple choice format appropriately represent table grammar assessment task. Okay, the question number 5, the answer is B. So, this question to test the ability to recall a factual detail from the ending of the story. Construct validity. The question evaluate literary reading skill at the end of the story. And content validity, the questions are consistent with the narrative content about acts of respect toward characters. So, the next section will be guide my friend Septiani Sucita.
Okay, for the next question is about the interferential comprehension, which the answer is not in the text. So for number 6 is the answer is D. So this question, will student infer Nyai Balong's behavior based on her actions, because the answer is not stated explicitly in the text. So for the constructability, the question mentions the ability to conclude the behavior of the characters. And the contentability, the questions are in line with inference competencies in the junior high school narrative text. Next is for number 7, the answer is C. This item requires students to infer the character's personality from implied details rather than direct statements. So further constructability is the questions assesses the ability to make inferences based on the character's action. And for contentability, the content of the question is relevant to the character descriptions in the text. Okay, for the question number 8, the answer is B. So students draw the conclusion about the villager's reason for the building the monument, since the text does not explain it directly. For the constructability is the question ability to deduce the reasons behind other characters' action based on the context. And for contentability, the questions are relevant to the ending of the story about respect. Okay, next question, the number 9. The answer is A. So for the number 9. This question measures the ability to understand employee meaning, especially related to culture, beliefs, and legends. For the construct fidelity itself, the question measured students' ability to understand the employee meaning in the bold tales. For the content fidelity, the material in the question is directly related to element of belief in the narrative legends. Okay, this is the last question. Question number 10. The answer is D, because the student determined the meaning of a word using context clues instead of a direct definition in the text. So for the construct fidelity itself, this question measures the ability to understand the meaning of the words based on the context. And for the content fidelity is vocabulary is taken directly from the text so that it is in the line with the vocabulary teaching adjectives. So for the next section will guide by my friend Kartika.
Okay, let me explain this part. So this reading test is designed for a B1 level narrative text. So the topic is about culture or tradition in Central Kalimantan, and students are asked to write a short personal story, and they need to explain when and where the experience happened, and what they did, and what is what's meaningful to them. So you can see here the example. The example show here how students understand the kind of reading we expect, especially how to use a fast and organize ideas clearly and keep the story simple but meaningful. And it also show how a narrative should flow from beginning to end. And you can also see the expected answer explained on the screen, so you can check it directly. So you will notice the time recommendation as well. The time is appropriate for the B1 level because it gives students now opportunity to think and plan and write a short narrative of around 120 to 150 words. It's not too long, so it doesn't overwhelm them, but it's long enough to show their reading ability. So the next is validity. Number one, construct validity. The construct validity of the text example demonstrate the assess student abilities. So organization of ideas, appropriate use of vocabulary and grammar, use a simple past tense in according with a well-organized narrative text B1. And the content validity is on the topic Kiwah Ritual was made because it aligns with the high school curriculum, which includes reading narrative, developing a complete narrative text structure such as setting, characteristic, and plot, and producing a text of 120 to 150 words. So the next will be explained by Nia.
Okay, the next slide is about three context level B1 in senior high school with the topic culture or traditional in Central Kalimantan. With the instructions, the students are asked to write a context based on cultural traditional event in Central Kalimantan. The text should be around 120 to 150 words, and they must be include detail about the time, place, the activities during the event, and explain why the experience was meaningful to them. And here is the example that will be shown to students when explaining the context in the class, with the purpose to access student ability to write a well-organized context with a clear chronological order, relevant detail, and appropriate use of past tense. And here is the example expected response. This part provides a sample answer that show the expected quality of writing for a B1 level senior high school with the example about Mama Paslewu ceremony.
And about validity, the construct validity, the example text clearly show the correct reconstructure, orientation, event, and reorientation. It uses a simple past tense chronological order and reflection using chronological order and reflection closing, which make the writing skill aspect at the B1 level. 3 the example is valid to the measure and internal contract. For the content validity, the content aligns with the theme of Central Kalimantan culture, presents a personal experience, and includes clear information on time, place, activities, and personal meaning. Its length and level of detail also match the text requirement and the curriculum objective for writing a recon text. And that's all for our presentation. Thank you.